Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome back. My name is Jax, and today we are talking about appreciation, which I think is quite fitting because I'm very much appreciating being in this beautiful place. Um, I have talked about this before, and I still stand by that. I think it's the most attractive quality that somebody can have. Um, whether you're looking at a potential partner or you are sort of looking at your friends and family or the people in your life, I think if you can see that they truly appreciate who you are, what you do, they appreciate their lives, what they're doing, they have sort of long-term goals, and I think that kind of like appreciation is really powerful in any shape or form that you might find it in. Whether it's just simply appreciating a beautiful day, appreciating a nice meal, a conversation with somebody, anything like that. I think we tend to really like that as human beings and as people. I think it's one of the reasons why little kids are so interesting, is because they're appreciating everything. They're taking everything in for the first time, and they're kind of like the only ones that constantly go through life appreciating and admiring and trying to learn more about their surroundings, what's going on, the people in their lives. When they see a new animal, they're just amazed that this animal exists. And I've always kind of really related to that and sympathized with that, and thought that that was really cool. And like I said, I stand by that. Like, if you're in your dating world, you're attempting to date, you're trying to find somebody who means a lot to you, I think one of the coolest things is when you can see that person appreciate, even if they're appreciating you or they're appreciating the date you're on or whatever it might be. I think that that is such a good characteristic. It is such a good indication of a genuinely decent and beautiful person. And we tend not to rate this very highly. I think we tend to look at, oh, they've got a nice smile, oh, they've got this, oh, they do this. And instead of that, I think you should just ask yourself, does this person appreciate me? Do they appreciate what we're doing? I've been on many dates and interactions with friends and family and stuff where you're just out with somebody and they're just so negative, they're just so critical, and they're so oblivious to the fact that the world is amazing. Like, we get to exist here, regardless of where you are on this planet. Existing is pretty cool. It's better than not existing. And I think it can be really frustrating when you're with somebody who is just really negative or downplays things or puts other people down. Maybe you're out with somebody in public and they're just like, oh my gosh, look at what that woman is wearing, that's so stupid, I would never wear that. I just think that takes a lot of the charm of being with somebody. It takes all that charm away, and you just you're left thinking like, why does this person even want to be here? They're clearly not appreciating me or what we're doing or what we're seeing. And it really is such a good indication of whether you want to spend time with somebody or not. And then in terms of life, just simple appreciation, genuine old school classic appreciation allows you to enjoy life so much more, because you are taking a moment every now and then, whenever you are, to just say, wow, I'm happy to be here, I'm happy to be doing this. And it really does take a lot of that negativity, a lot of that sort of, oh man, today was so hard. It takes that all away. And I don't care if you're on vacation, appreciate it. But if you're in your normal life and you're working and you're doing, the things that you have to do to achieve the things you want to achieve, appreciation is really important. People are always talking about like, oh, it's not the destination, it's the journey. But it is accurate. I mean, it's a cliche phrase for a reason. It's because there's some truth in it. There is some truth to enjoying where you are no matter what you're doing, whether it's just taking a 15-minute break at work, having a glass of water, having a glass of wine in the evening, whatever it might be. Just having that ability to kind of look at the whole thing from an overview perspective and say, oh, this is really nice. I'm glad I'm able to do this. I'm glad I have my health. I'm glad I have my friends. I'm glad I have, my dog or my cat or my gecko or whatever you might have. Just appreciating those things in life. That is really all life is. There really isn't any like great secret to living a successful life or a happy life. I think it really is just appreciating the good moments for what they are. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't appreciate the bad moments. Sometimes when something bad happens to me, or I'm going through a really difficult time, I can still appreciate it. I can appreciate that I probably won't feel like this in 5 hours, or, you know, after I wake up from the next evening. You know, a lot of times you can appreciate the bad in the moment, and it makes it a lot less difficult. It makes it a lot less bad. It's incredible when you're going through a situation and you're like, how crazy is it that I can experience this level of frustration or difficulty, you know, like this wide variety of human emotion. And, you know, those bad moments give the good moments so much more power and much more high, you know. Another cliche for you is the lows make the highs even better. And while I don't necessarily advocate for living this life of highs and lows, everyone in our lives has difficult points. We have these low troughs where, you know, maybe money is tight, relationships are difficult, somebody is sick. There's so many lows in life that naturally happen, regardless of how wealthy you are, how spiritually connected you are, how happy and positive and happy-go-lucky you are. No matter what, there are difficulties and there are problems, and appreciating them allows you to appreciate the highs that much better. You know, when stuff is going right, when, you know, a family member defeats a disease or like a sickness, or, you know, maybe you get promoted at work or you go on vacation or whatever, it makes those high moments just that much more amazing because you were able to deal with and appreciate the difficult times, the times in life that we don't get to control. We don't have a full power over these hard and difficult situations, but you can appreciate them nonetheless. And I just think that that is an incredibly important and powerful message. You don't hear it quite a lot. I think it is very easy to be negative and critical. I think social media and the mass media in general, the news system, is designed to make us angry. It is designed to make us click on something to figure out if we're really that angry about this headline or whatever. And so, you know, it's designed to do that because humans tend not to want to respond to positivity in the same way that we respond to negativity. And that is a real problem. It's one of the biggest problems I have with social media, and especially the news media, the 24-hour news cycle. I have a real problem with that because just trying to drum up fear or anger or hatred should not be a business model. It is the worst business model you could imagine, and it doesn't allow you to appreciate the good. And even in these news articles, when there is something that's good or happy, or, you know, some celebrities giving birth or whatever, like a happy occasion, there is this like underlying tone of negativity and critical critique, exactly, as and that's not okay, because if you can just appreciate the good, appreciate the bad, understand that these things come and go, they flow in a cycle. I mean, you know, not to go all Taoist on you, but, you know, the yin and yang, like it's all a cycle. Life is a cycle. It all moves like the current of a river. And I think to stop for a moment and just appreciate that cycle, to look at it from a bird's eye view or a top-down view and just say, wow, you know, things might not be going great right now, but I remember that time I was sitting on a porch, loving the sun, enjoying just a beautiful conversation with somebody. That brings a more perspective to it, and that brings a better perspective to it. And who knows, maybe that will help you get through the difficult moments in the moment. And I think that's the best we can do. So there you go, another video about appreciation in a beautiful part of the world. So I hope you like this video. I hope it resonates. Leave me your thoughts and comments as always. Thank you so much for people who comment and everything. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and hangs out in the community and discusses these kinds of things with me, so I'm not just talking into the void. That's really cool that, you know, we can all talk about these things and share ideas and share our stories and our triumphs and tribulations. So thank you very much. If you want to subscribe to Patreon or any of my other stuff, the links are down below. I'm being my YouTuber self. I'm really bad at this, as you guys know. But again, I hope you're having a beautiful day, week, month, year, millennium, whatever you're having. I hope you're having a good one. And as always, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow.